Welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal. I'm joined by the fine folks of Influencers coming to Shudder December 12th. So how early on did you have the idea to do a sequel?
Oh, it was pretty late. I think the idea kind of clicked for the first kind of section of the film with where we set off in France and we see CW's living this very kind of fantasy French lifestyle that she's kind of built and is on a 1 year anniversary. And I think once that kind of clicked, I wrote the first 30 pages of the script very quickly. Kind of sent it to everybody. I said, "Should we finish this? Do you guys want to go do this again?" And I think we were in prep like less than 6 months later. So it was a very quick kind of turnaround. Yeah.
Did you have any idea about doing that while you were writing the first movie?
No, it was always kind of set as a standalone. And I think I was it was there's a bit of apprehension, but once we kind of saw where the world and social media had shifted, kind of the potential to kind of explore these characters in some new ways and see some very different sides. I think once that started to kind of illuminate, it was like, oh no, this makes sense. We can kind of do something fresh. Yeah.
Now, Cassandra, what interested you in the character initially and like the idea of doing a sequel?
Oh, I mean, who doesn't want to play, what actor doesn't want to play a serial killer? One, and especially one as cool as CW. She rides motorcycles, boats, she knows how to drive stick. I don't know. Everything about her was so mysterious, and it felt almost like a blank canvas, and it allowed me to, and with Kurt, with the help of Kurt, to kind of develop this like mysterious powerhouse serial killer, female serial killer, which there aren't that many out there. And so it was just such a fun challenge to dive into. So
Yeah. And Emily, being like the final girl, and Cassandra mentioned not a lot of female serial killers, so usually the final girl is up against a male killer in a movie.
This is true. This is true. I think CW is a really unique character. I don't think anything like this has been explored before. I think that's why audiences connect so much to this. I think Madison and CW are a very unlikely pairing, which is what's so intriguing about seeing them become friends and then potentially face off, you know? As a viewer, I love watching CW. I love watching Cassandra do her thing, and I love that we get to explore a different side in this new movie as well.
A lot of times filmmakers like they hate cell phones in movies or any like modern technology, but Curtis, you really embraced all like modern culture with podcasts and the movie and influencers, streamers. Like, is that why is that? Is that something that you grew up in, and this is what I know?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on the internet, so it's definitely part of my life. I appreciate filmmakers that want to avoid it. I know that they cause a lot of issues, but I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
they'll
I'm
say it
super
ruins a
interested.
horror movie.
It ruins
Like,
horror movies
yeah.
because the logic of it, obviously. But I think if you lean into it, I mean, I love kind of exploring contemporary issues. I think it's kind of taking what kind of Hitchcock did and like Patricia Highsmith and kind of putting this new internet social media spin on it is really fun for me. I think there's just so much to explore with kind of the modern issues that we're dealing with online and kind of the what's kind of around the corner. So I don't know. I think I've always found myself drawn to kind of current zeitgeist things. So it kind of makes sense to me. Yeah.
Have you been like, has any like actual influencers like let you guys know what they thought of the movie?
Yeah, a bit. I think it's been very positive. I think the big thing for me portraying influencers is I they always get the bad rap in most kind of content of just kind of like playing them as these caricatures of or like kind of like dumb kind of people on their phones. And they could not be further from the truth when you actually meet these people. They work their ass off and like it's the to actually become like a successful influencer takes so much work. So I think I respect that aspect of it. I don't respect kind of the
The serial
cultural
killer part?
implications
Oh,
of that
okay.
aspect.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the individuals, I think that's what's interesting to me is these are people, and so exploring them from kind of a character of how they got there is what I think what kind of makes the both movies stand out a little bit more
Yeah.
than your typical kind of mockery.
Cassandra, for the role, did you watch any in particular like influencers just kind of get like an idea of how they act?
Oh, I already knew. I'm on the internet. I know what they're like.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, no, I already. I mean, you're so exposed to it all the time, and as an actor, you're kind of forced. You can't not be online. I mean, some of them do, but you're kind of forced for the most part to be online and to participate in the world. Um, and so yeah, I had experiencing these influencers just like the rest of us, and so yeah, kind of knew where they came from and what their deal is.
We'll start with Emily on this. You guys have a great fight scene, and this is not a spoiler at all. But like, how long was that to film, and like, how physically demanding was that?
Yeah, it took us 5 days to film that. Plus, Cassandra and I started with fight training before we left for Bali. It was very physical. Cassandra has a background in dance and martial arts. I less so, but I felt very safe with Cassandra. And, I'm proud to say, we probably did 80 to 90% of that fight ourselves, which I
It
think is
looks
so
great.
great. Thank you. We had awesome stunt doubles for a couple moves in there. Shout out to Tally and Nalani and our stunt coordinator, Kirk. But yeah, I mean, 5 days of a fight. It's physically demanding, but we were in such a beautiful location and having so much fun doing
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's a
So,
good part of the movie too, is the contrast of like it's a beautiful location, but what's really happening, sort of like an influencer, maybe, what they show on screen isn't exactly what's happening. Kurtis, have you directed a lot of action before that?
Not a ton. There's like every film has kind of its physicality, but I think like this was fun to kind of take what we wanted to kind of accomplish in the first film with the finale there and just kind of expand it and kind of actually have the time to properly train for it and properly kind of actually have the time to do. I think one cool thing of how we filmed this one was one of the editor, Rob Grant, was in Vancouver while we were shooting in Bali, and we'd shoot all day and send all the footage to him when we went to bed, and we'd wake up after he'd spent the day working on the edit, and we could see what we were doing. So it was cool to kind of be like, oh, this is working. We can kind of expand on this, or maybe come back and get a little insert here. But that was really fun, a fun way to kind of explore a fight over a week.
Yeah. And Emily, not just filming it, but seeing it for the first time, especially with an audience, because I imagine that plays really well with an audience.
oh man, that was so much fun. That's my favorite part, to be in the theater during the festival circuit. We always wanted to be there to see our fight scene so that we could see the audience's reaction, and it never disappointed. People love that scene, and I think it's such a huge payoff for everybody.
And Cassandra, same thing, especially since you have a fighting background or
Oh
martial arts
yeah.
background, maybe not a fighting background, but yeah.
Well, dance. I used to. So before I started acting, I was a professional dancer. I danced for
Okay.
like, and so choreography is something that I just like. I love it. It's so fun. But yeah, it's such a rewarding feeling to hear the audience react vocally, but also I like to sit in the back and watch, and people watch the folks in the audience watch our fight because they get physical. They're like, oh no.
They start
And
fighting in the theater.
yeah, it's just there's so many fights
A bunch
during
of
our
fights.
screenings, and we don't fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, you guys should put that out. Well, maybe you shouldn't put it out there, but I know like a lot of horror movies are like, it's so scary, people started puking. And, like, they love the fight scene. Everyone broke it out into fights in the theater. Uh,
They just get
well,
hypnotized and they all fight each other.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, Kurtis, is there any thought for a third?
We'll see. Tell your friends about this one.
I love the movie, honestly, and
Yeah.
not just because you people are here. And real quick too, what's the importance of playing festivals? Because I know you got the first one was at premiered at Brooklyn Horror Film Festival, and
Yeah.
then this
Shout
one at
out.
Fantasia Fest.
Oh, and it's so important. I think film festivals are a way to kind of slowly launch a film and kind of get the word out and kind of showcase. And I think it's be kind of being able to attend. I think we've all been attending a bunch of the festivals, and it's been so special to kind of be able to share the film in a theatrical setting and everything. So yeah, it's so key.
Well, congratulations on the movie, and people can check it out on Shudder December 12th. Thanks again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks everybody.